All right, so tonight we're going to talk about fixed index annuities. I have some slides that I'm going to share with you, and we'll get them up in a second. Hopefully, you are online so that you can see the slides and not just listen and hear. It's going to be much more effective to be able to see as I talk. Okay, so again, fixed index annuities, the company that we're focusing on tonight is Lincoln Financial. Now, a unique thing about fixed index annuities is that you can actually market fixed index annuities with just a life insurance license. Okay, so before, everybody knows with a variable annuity or with mutual funds, you have to have a securities license. Fixed index annuities, you only need a life insurance license. Okay, and we talk about having multiple streams of income. Well, this is another stream. If you're life insurance license, this is another stream of income that you should be taking advantage of. Okay, fixed index annuities. Now, fixed index annuities are conservative investments, and as you see on the slide, it says a new choice for safety and growth. Okay, so the product is Lincoln OptiChoice. Okay, so we're going to talk about Lincoln OptiChoice. These are for people who, hold on one second. These are for people who don't like risk. There are some people who are adverse to risk. Now, we all know that equity mutual funds have averaged 10 to 12% or better since 1925. However, there were times of an up market or a bull market, and then times of a down market or a bear market. There are times of a flat market. Okay, so some people simply don't have tolerance at all for bear markets. All right, they don't want to lose anything. All right, there are people who have a lot of money invested in CDs. Okay, and they're not getting the most of their money as far as returns are concerned in CDs, and fixed index annuities would be more suitable many times for these types of clients. Okay, so again, I want you to be thinking along the way of people who would want to invest, who would want to have the potential to benefit from the upside of the market with zero risk. Okay, so no risk. Okay, no chance of loss, only a chance of gain. Okay, so ultimately, that's I guess an overview of these fixed index annuities. Now, again, we want to make sure that you're taking notes. Okay, and I want to make sure everybody can hear me, because I'm getting some information of someone who can't hear. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, and you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so, all right, so this is the question here. Would your clients be interested in these features as far as their investments are concerned? Number one, having total protection from loss. Okay. Number two, growth potential. Number three, guarantees. Number four, income options. And of course, five, the backing of a strong and reputable company. Okay, so what we're going to do tonight, we're going to look at the Lincoln OptiChoice fixed annuity, fixed index annuity, and we're going to talk about how we can use this to help your clients have a safe investment and still provide the growth opportunity that they may need for retirement. Okay, so moving right along here, let's see. All right, so where's the money? All right, so let's begin by talking about traditional financial products and where they fall on risk as opposed to reward spectrum. Okay, so what you have here, you see the banks on the left side, the market on the right, and fixed annuities in the middle. Okay, so many clients are faced with a dilemma where they're preparing for a long-term retirement. Okay, and the question is, should clients risk more to potentially gain more, or should they opt for safer products and get less rewards in return? Okay, now as we know, even though mutual funds over time have been positive investments, okay, because it's about time in the market, okay. Investing in the market, such as stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, give clients the opportunity to capture higher returns in an up market, okay. We know that. But if a down market happens, of course, they could risk losing a significant portion of their assets, okay. Now, on the other hand, putting money in banking products like CDs, savings accounts, money markets that they get assured a consistent return. But when it comes down to living off retirement assets, their money may not be able to keep up with inflation. Okay, especially if they end up living a long-lasting retirement. And we find that nowadays people are living longer. Okay, so once again, we're looking to have people invest properly, okay, according to their needs. But this is a product in between for the one that is just risk adverse. They don't want to take any chances. Well, this is a product for them, okay, and we've never had this product before. Okay, so with fixed index annuities, you see the fixed index annuity in the middle. All right, your clients achieve more of a balanced approach, okay, to growing and protecting their assets. Okay, in the next few slides, we're going to go into more detail on how they grow assets without worrying about losing money. But again, here, the bank on the left-hand side, savings accounts, CDs, money market accounts. All right, the pros are safety, easy access to money. The cons are definitely limited growth. And as you see, less risk equals less reward. Okay, so to the other extreme, which is the market, all right, variable annuities, mutual funds, traditional stocks. All right, the pros here are growth, right? The cons are potential for loss. Okay, and again, as you see, more risk, there's more reward. Okay, but the fixed annuity right in the middle, you have protection from losses and potentially higher growth. Okay, so it's pretty much the best of both worlds. Okay, now I'm gonna kind of minimize. I think you can maximize this in your screen, but I want to minimize so I can still be able to see who's here. Okay, so now comparing the growth opportunities. All right, as you see here, we have the stock market. All right, on the left, investments in the market. On the right, the Lincoln fixed index annuity. Okay, so growth from the Lincoln fixed index annuities are based on the performance. I want y'all to write this down, of the S&P 500 index. Okay, so it's based on the performance of the S&P 500. Right, that's an index. Okay, just like the Dow Jones is an index, the NASDAQ is an index, S&P 500 is an index. Okay, and that's what the growth of the fixed annuities are based on. So what happens here is when the index performs well, clients receive a portion of that return as interest inside of the annuity. Okay, now, however, since it's not directly participating in the market, and see, that's why you all can sell these products and not be securities licensed, because it does not directly participate in the market. All right. So because of that, when the index performs negatively, there's no risk to the principal. Okay. So again, as you see on the screen here, when the stock market goes up, investments in the market may gain value. Okay. In the opt-choice annuity, also it may gain value. When the market goes down in regular investments, it may lose value, but with a fixed index annuity, it cannot lose value. Again, there are guarantees here. Okay. When the market is flat in traditional investment, all right, there's zero. Okay. Or when it is flat in the Lincoln fixed index annuity, it's zero or better. All right. And you'll see sometimes we'll have a situation where they could be credited a specified rate. Okay. When the market is flat. Okay, time needed to recover following a down market, of course, because you know, whatever losses that you suffered, you have to recoup those. But with a fixed index annuity, there's always immediate recovery because you never lost anything. Okay, insurance backing, there's none with traditional investments, but there is with the fixed index annuity. All right, does anybody have any questions so far? All right, now I'm gonna need y'all to talk back to me so I know if we're all on the same page.
No questions.
All right. Okay, that was at least from Maceo. What about anybody else? All right, I see folks muted here. All right, if you're muted, go ahead and text me in the chat so that I know that you're there. Okay, so now, how does our client's money grow? All right, we're going to look exactly how interest is credited inside the Lincoln opt-choice fixed index annuities. Okay, thanks, Donald. All right, so you have 4 interest crediting accounts. All right, so write that down, 4 interest crediting accounts. All right, now we think of these accounts as buckets, and that's why you have 4 buckets. Orange, green, I guess that's sort of turquoise and blue, right? So 4 buckets. So now the clients can allocate money across each of the 4 buckets, or if they want, they can just have 1 bucket or 2 if they wish. It's just a matter of having 100% of the money invested. Okay, so now we're going to look specifically at how each bucket works. Okay, number 1, again, is the fixed interest rate stated in advance. Okay, so the first bucket is called the fixed account. All right, now the fixed account will provide our clients with a fixed interest rate that is guaranteed for 1 year. Okay, I know the last account that I opened was 2.4%. Okay, another one I opened was 2.2% because that was under 100,000. But whatever it is, they will guarantee a particular interest rate. We know banks are not giving anywhere near 1%. Okay, but you know, they'll be guaranteed a specified rate, and a new rate will then be determined at each contract anniversary and will never be less than 1%. So in other words, this will always beat the bank. All right, this fixed account. Now, money allocated to this account here, listen here, will always accumulate regardless of any index performance. Okay, and the interest is compounded and credited to your account on a daily basis. Okay, so it's always going to accumulate, it's going to be credited and compounded on a daily basis. All right, so that's number 1. That's the fixed account, bucket number 1. Now, bucket number 2, now this is our first index account. This is called the performance triggered index account. Okay, and how this works here, this account compares the value of the S&P 500 index at the beginning and the end of the index term, which is generally a year. Okay, so now if the percentage change of the two values, beginning and end, is positive or zero, okay, then your account is credited with a specified rate. Okay, and generally that rate, from what I've seen, is actually higher than whatever is in the fixed account. Okay, now if the percentage is negative, okay, there's no interest credited to your account. You just don't lose anything. Okay, so positive, you're credited with a specified rate. Zero, you're credited with a specified rate. Okay, but if it's negative, you're not credited and there is no loss. Okay, so we have the fixed account, we have the performance triggered account. Okay, and the next account that we're going to talk about is the 1 year monthly cap index account. Now, you may have some questions on here. I expect some questions, especially as we go into the next two. They're a little bit more detailed, I guess, as to how the interest is credited. All right, but the 1 year monthly cap index account, all right, provides your clients with increased earning potential, locked-in earnings, and zero credited interest during index downturns. Again, it cannot lose, okay? So what it does, it calculates the percentage change, either positive or negative, of the S&P 500 index for each month, all right, during the 1 year term. Now, the percentage change, which has no minimum, but cannot be higher than a monthly index cap, and we're going to illustrate this on the next slide, is going to be recorded for each of the 12 months for that year, okay? And at the end of the term, the percentages are totaled up, and if the sum is positive, the full percentage is credited to the account, and if it is negative, nothing is credited, nothing is lost. Okay, so all of that, what does that mean? Okay, here's an illustration, a hypothetical of a 1 year monthly cap index account. Okay, so assuming a monthly cap of 1.5%. Okay, this is showing every month. Now, again, the cap is 1.5. So all the percentages in green, okay, we're on the left-hand side of the screen. All the percentages in green are earnings that were above the cap, okay? So if you notice, okay, for all of you who are online, with the percentages that are above or equal to the cap, what was the client credited with that particular month? You're going to have to go ahead and unmute. Okay, you see here, it's above. Okay, thank you, Leona. All right, who else? Again, I need y'all to talk back.
Well, it's above.
Okay, it's above, Macy, and what is it credited with?
That's what I'm not sure about exactly what. I'm not
right
sure,
here, you
but
see this 2.4, and you see the arrow. What's the credit?
It's still 1.5.
Still 1.5.
Okay.
All right. All right. Does everybody get that?
Yes.
I didn't quite get that, Tiffany.
Okay. Somebody say again. Mildred.
Yeah, I didn't quite get that. You said month 1, 2.4, and
right.
With the cap is 1.5.
Okay, here we go. This is it. Okay, the monthly cap, meaning the highest that you could be credited with, is 1.5% for that month.
Okay.
So if the S&P, if whatever the change was 1.5 or above, for month 1, it was 2.4. So you're credited. Remember the cap puts a cap on it. You're not credited with 2.4, you're credited with 1.5.
Okay.
Month 2, it earned 0.7. All right, the cap is 1.5, so it didn't quite get to the cap. So you're just credited exactly what it earned, 1.7.
Mhm.
Okay, so again, month 3, all right, is 6.8. But what was the client credited with?
1.5.
1.5, exactly. You see the same thing, 7.5. The client was credited with what?
1.5.
1.5.
1.5, right? Down in month 9, it earned negative 2.3. And what was the client, if you call it a credit, credited with? Negative 2.3. So you see, it credits every month up to a cap. Okay, and at the end you have to add it all up, all the credits and all the negatives or whatever, and the sum is what for the 12 months?
12.6.
12.6. So guess what the client got credited with? 12.6. Okay, so you see again, being able to participate in the potential upswings of the market with no loss. Now let's look at what happens. We're on the right hand side here where the market overall was negative. All right, so you see all of this negative 1.0, they got negative 1.0. Negative 9.1, they got credit with negative 9.1. Even the positives at the end, you see that there, 8.5, they got credit with how much?
1.5.
0.5, right? Because that is a cap. All right,
And
so,
credit restoration.
so at the end,
And credit building. We build your credit for you.
okay, so at the end, somebody, I think you need to use your phone. Okay, so at the end, when you added it all up, the sum was a negative 47. So you see what happened here. The client didn't earn anything, but there was absolutely no loss. Okay, so here in this account, even this is a fixed index annuity, there's an opportunity to get some equity-like returns without a potential of any loss. Okay, so that's how that one works. Now, the last bucket is the 1 year monthly average. Okay, and pretty much this is another one that's kind of quirky, but the way it works here is that you get the upside potential again through what we call an index spread. Now, I want y'all to write that word down, spread, like you spread something on bread, spread, peanut butter on bread, spread, that kind of spread. Okay, now what is a spread? SPREAD. A spread is a percentage that must be subtracted from the average monthly index percentage change to determine the interest credited. Okay, so also earnings are locked in and 0% interest is credited during index turndowns. Okay, so again, the 1 year monthly average 1 year monthly average index account provides an index interest linked to the percentage change in the average S&P 500 index value from the beginning of 1 year over the term to the beginning of the next index term. Okay, so now, again, I said all of that to say what? Okay, now everybody look very closely here. What happens here is you look at, this is the starting of the S&P 500, okay? So what number is that at the start? At the top.
919.
919, okay? So month 1, it went up to what?
920.
920. Right. Month let's go down to month 7. What's in month 7?
1,115.
Right. Okay, so just to summarize, what you would do, you would add all 12 monthly index closing values. So if you add all of these numbers up from 919 to 1,089, the total values equal 12,855. All right, so now we have to determine the average. So you would, of course, divide that by 12. Now, listen, we as agents, we don't get involved in all this. I'm just explaining how the product works. Okay, understand, Lincoln Financial does that. So I don't want you to think, oh my gosh, all this, subtract, divide, all this other stuff. We don't do that. Okay, again, we're just illustrating how each bucket works. Okay, so we divide it by 12, and we see that the average was 1,071. Okay, so now you look at that average, and we find that 1,071 is 16% higher than the starting value of 119. Okay, so that's 16%. But now you have to subtract the spread. Now, what's the spread?
9%.
Excellent. All right, does everybody get that? The spread is 9%. Okay, so when you subtract the spread of 9% from the 16.6, the result is 7.6%. So the total they would get for that bucket is 7.6%. Okay, now, once again, being able to potentially get higher returns, though this is a fixed annuity. Anytime we see fixed, we understand that very conservative, they're low rates of returns, okay, when there's guarantees. However, this is a fixed index annuity. Okay, so again, how many buckets are there?
4.
4 buckets. Come on, y'all name the buckets. I'm gonna help y'all out.
The fixed account.
Fixed account.
The performance trigger index account.
All right, somebody else.
1 year monthly cap.
All right, one more. And one more.
1 year
And-
monthly average.
All right. So these are the 4 buckets: the fixed account, performance trigger, 1 year monthly cap, 1 year monthly average. All right. When someone is in a bank account, all they have is a chance of interest, and they're not getting anything anywhere. Okay. So now we're showing you how they can still have the safety, they can still have guarantees, and have a potential of higher returns. Right. And again, there are a lot of people who are, the FDIC and all this other stuff. Listen, there are other options. They don't have to opt for CDs. We can show you how this would be actually better than a CD. Actually, I guess if you look at just the illustrations with these 4 buckets, you can see how the potential returns are much better. Okay, so now let's look at some product features. Okay, number 1. The minimum premium to purchase a fixed index annuity for non-qualified. All right. Does anybody know what a non-qualified account means? What is a non-qualified account? Come on, Leon. I know this is rolling off the tip of your tongue.
I have to give other people a chance to speak. Non-qualified, isn't that for those who don't have money in a qualified plan?
You that was slick. But yeah, a non-qualified account is not a retirement account. Okay, so qualified is retirement, non-qualified is a non-retirement. Okay, and what does a qualification mean? It's basically if you're qualified for a particular tax benefit. Okay, so now the minimum to purchase a non-qualified annuity is $5,000, and for a qualified is $2,000. All right, so we got folks out there with this kind of money sitting in CDs. We need to get them in a fixed index annuity. Okay, the maximum age, as you see here, option choice 7 is 84 or 80 for option choice 9. All right, premium type, flexible premium. All right, surrender charge depending on which plan they go with, either 7 or 9-year term. All right, and we're going to talk about that because you may say, well, hold on, what's this surrender charge? All right, we'll be able to explain that in a minute. Okay, now market value adjustment, positive or negative charge applies only during the surrender charge period only. All right, let me move right along here. Additional protection. All right, premium guarantee plus minimum growth. Okay, premium guarantees plus minimum growth. Clients are guaranteed their principal in the event they end up with little or no gains in their contract. Okay, if they keep their contract for the entire surrender charge period, they will, upon surrender, not might, receive at least their initial premium plus interest calculated at a guaranteed minimum rate of return. Okay, even if the index accounts repeatedly earn 0%, our clients can feel confident knowing that as long as their surrender charge period is over, they're guaranteed to get their principal back. They cannot lose. Okay, let's see here. How about this? Some people may ask, well, hey, what if I die, while I own this? What happens to my money? Well, the opted choice fixed index annuity passes the full contract value directly to the beneficiaries upon the owner's death. Okay, now, of course, the beneficiary is responsible for any taxes on the money received from the contract, but, that's a different issue. And as long as your clients don't limit how the proceeds are paid out, their beneficiaries can even elect the income payment stream, okay, instead of having, one lump sum and a large tax liability. Okay, so we have, protections in that death benefit for your loved one, also guarantees for your health. All right, it has nursing home as well as terminal illness benefits. Okay, taking income. Now, again, yes, we talked about a surrender charge in the first 7 or 9 years. Okay, most people don't take all of their money out of their accounts. They usually take their money a little bit at a time. Okay, so as far as taking the income from this fixed annuity, there is a 10% free withdrawal upon each contract year. All right, it can be taken as a lump sum or on a defined schedule. Okay, so a 10%. So, for instance, if someone opens up a fixed index annuity with $100,000, all right, they can get 10% out that first year without paying any fees. Okay. Also, there are no fees in the fixed index annuity as well. Okay. So now 10% free withdrawal upon each contract year. Okay, with the required minimum distribution, well, that's something with retirement, whereas when you're 70 or 70, 70 and a half, 71 and a half, something like that, you have to take out, the government makes you take out a certain percentage every year. You have the ability to convert the contract into a defined income stream. And there's also something called a lifetime income edge, which is an awesome benefit. Now, with this lifetime income edge, this is something that I looked at and I thought, wow, okay. Now, it provides additional growth and income protection for when the client is ready to start taking retirement income. Now, listen to this. In the accumulation phase, all right? Now, everybody see the accumulation phase as in the gray part. Okay. In the accumulation phase, this lifetime income edge offers guaranteed growth that can be used for future income. And what happens here, the clients, listen to this, receive a 5% annual enhancement, 5% growth regardless of how the interest accounts perform for the early of 10 years or through age 85. Okay, 5% annual compounding growth. Now, again, this is for the income. All right, now, when you get income and you elect getting income for life from an annuity, it's a certain percentage that you would be able to get every year, okay, of whatever your total amount is. So what this is saying here, in the accumulation period, all right, say you start off with $100,000, all right, and while the money is accumulating, you're not taking anything out, right? Regardless of how the money does, you're going to get credited with 5% every year. Okay, so your first year you're going to get credited with $5,000. Your second year, another 5,000. Another 5%. Right? It's compounded. Right? So at the end of say 10 years, just saying if over the years you're credited 5% every year, and the time you start taking income out, it's going to be based on, just for example, 115,000 instead of the 150,000 instead of the 100,000 that you put in. They are guaranteeing you 5% annual compounded enhancements, okay, for you to take lifetime income. All right, so you have the ability to lock in higher account performance. These are great benefits here. Now, the minimum is 25,000. All right, to have this rider, it's minimum age 35. The cost is additional 0.85%. Okay, but again, it's lifetime income as well. Let me move on. Now, remember when I said that when you elect lifetime income, now again, this is just talking about lifetime income, nothing else. When you elect lifetime income, you have the ability to get a certain percentage out every year. Okay, so again, if you have the lifetime income edge, right, for less than 5 years, and you're age 60 to 64, you can get 4.25% a year. All right, 65 to 69, 5.25, 70 to 74, 6.25. So therefore, of course, the longer you have it, the more you can get out on an annual basis. Okay, so now we're wrapping up here. As far as fixed index annuities, just a summary. Okay, pretty much you have investments that are designed to meet specific client needs as they approach retirement. Again, if they have retirement or if they have this for a retirement fund, okay, they preserve a larger portion of the money that they work for to accumulate. They ensure that their money still has growth opportunity. Okay, they can take comfort in knowing that there are protections in place to help cover for unexpected events that may come. Okay, they have easy access to the money when they're ready to take income. And finally, they know that this product is backed by a strong and reputable company. Okay, so again, the 5 features here: protection from loss, growth potential, guarantees, income options, and finally, a strong, reputable company. Okay, so now, last but not least, for more information on this, we have our Lincoln Financial Primerica producer website. Okay, if you go on to POL, okay, you go to products, investments and savings, external websites. Okay, once you go into external websites, you will see the Lincoln Financial website. You can log in there for more training, more information. Okay, there's also the Lincoln Financial Sales Desk, which I have the number here, and I'm going to give you a direct number to our specific internal wholesaler that I talk to directly. If you talk to her, let her know you're from my base shop. and her name is Carrie. Carrie, Kerry. Okay, I didn't put in her last name, but her direct number is 484-583-6026. All right, 484-583-6026. Okay, 484-583-6026. All right. Now let me stop the recording here.
I'd like to reiterate about the free IBA, and those are for those who join or rejoin and already licensed recruits. They can to qualify for this program, they need to have currently licensed agents, must be new recruits. New recruits are those who have not been with Primerica for the last 9 months. And recruits who do qualify for this program will be eligible for recruit credit, fast start bonus, and engage for the 90 days. This free IBA is only good through December 31st of this year. Again, free IBA for those who've already joined Primerica and those who are new to Primerica. Also, there's a reminder as for agents who have requirements to report changes to their status to the PRI and their home and non-resident insurance departments within 30 days. Examples that trigger notification is if you've changed your home or business address, if you have felony charges, convictions, misdemeanor, filing or dismissal of bankruptcy, filing satisfaction of judgment, a lien, filing satisfaction of compromise with creditors, any action from any regulatory authority. Again, please notify of these changes. Also, for those who are securities licensed, Invesco, this is regarding mutual fund accounts. Invesco International Growth Fund, to enter limited status, it is closing to new investors, effective open of business October 1st. Again, those who are securities licensed, those who are currently, it will not affect those who are currently have an open account, only for those who will be new. So it will be closed come October 1st. Also, for the continuing education, there's a website to go to, examfx.com. It's only good for until the end of the month. You can do your continuing education for only $9.95. So again, that information is on the website, kingdomcrusaders.biz. And another thing I'd like to, let me make sure, is also the questionnaires for those who are new recruits. They revised an questionnaire for those who need to, who are new recruits and need to apply for their license. They have revised the new questionnaires. So disregard the one that has the one for July 31st and use the one that has been revised on August 4th. And that's about it, everyone. If you have any questions, please ask.
Okay, so I just want to reiterate again, if they already have a license, they can come in free with Primerica. Also, you have until the end of the month. I know some of y'all need to do continuing education. You can get it for $9.95 for all the hours that you need through examfx.com. All right, I want to bring your attention also to our website. Again, it's redesigned, okay, so that it is more user-friendly, so that you can find all the information that you need easier. All right, there are many of you who have yet to even log in to the website, which is just so surprising. So I know what you're kind of doing out there. You're not doing it. You're not keeping up with what we have. So you got to make sure you're going on. We're putting the information out there. That is our complete system. So you want to make sure that you familiarize yourself with our system. Once again, you log on, use your email address and your own password. Okay, your email address, your password. But again, kingdomcrusaders.biz, we will direct you there. Okay, in fact, right after this training closes, it's going to direct you there to the website. Okay, I want you all to log in, okay, and sign in with any comments about training on tonight. Okay, any comments or anything that came up, anything that you want me to address or reiterate for next week. Okay, just a little bit of recognition. We're glad to have Jermaine Harris here with us tonight as a licensed agent. Jermaine, we sat together today. We went over his goals. He has some great things that he's looking to accomplish in a very short period of time. And so if I don't know if y'all are unmuted, but I want everybody just to give a scream and shout in celebration of Jermaine Harris being finally appointed with us.
All right, congratulations, Jermaine. Woohoo!
Welcome, Jermaine. Yay.
I know, right?
Good job, Jermaine. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I got a lot of confidence in Jermaine, and no doubt he's one of our up and coming leaders. You're going to be hearing a lot from Jermaine. As far as the scoreboard is concerned, again, I've added 3 personal recruits to the scoreboard. There's no more premium, so we're at 3,700 in premium and 6 recruits. Okay, only folks we have on the board, myself, number 1. All right, with a little over 2,000 in premium, 2 recruits. Yvette, number 2, 1,500 and 3 recruits. Okay, Keisha, which is a silent partner, I think about 3 in premium. I don't have it in front of me, but again, it's the 17th of the month. All right, and we want everybody to produce. Okay, we want everybody to get something on the board. We're here to accomplish financial independence. We're here to build a business. Okay, this is a 30-day business, but you have to have a 7-day mentality. Okay, it is not normal to go week after week with a 0 by 0. Okay, so we have to begin to set a precedence of nobody does 0. All right, we got to get out there, get across the kitchen table. We got to get out there, set recruiting interviews. We got to be recruiting folks. We got to be talking to people, getting referrals, spending time with recruits, developing people so that we can ultimately build a business. So again, it's the 3rd week of the month. Well, we got 2 more weeks. All right, it's quite enough time for us to get out there and close some things and make it happen. Oh, also, for those of you who are serious about, training and making some moves, every Saturday, okay, we're having live training in our Cooper City office. Okay, it's Saturday from 10 to 12. Right, you got to make sure you're on time. All right, 10 to 12 is actually a corporate training locally. Okay, with a few of us RVPs getting together. All right, so again, we're always here on Monday nights, okay, for our Millionaire Mentality Mastermind group, okay, learning, okay, and then we have live training on Saturday. Okay, now I'm going to, I think that's all, turn it over to Yvette to give us our last 5 minutes of motivation recap.
All right, Kingdom Crusaders, can everybody hear me?
Yes, I got you.
Yes.
Okay, great. What I want to discuss with you tonight for about 5 minutes is for you to take a snapshot at where you're going with your primary business. As you heard from one of the greatest, Miss Powell, who's going to be gracing, a stage right here in South Florida to, give us some of her tidbits. She told you from her very own mouth how she built a hierarchy, that's making six figures, all right? 6 and 7 figures. She didn't hire anybody, and you got to look at your business as if it was a corporation on, one of the top 500, companies in the Forbes magazine. They're not just going to hire anybody because they want, they say they want a career, they want a job. You want to get you someone that you can clone who has a mindset like you. You really need to interview these people. I have a mindset where I'm not hiring anyone just because they say they want to do this. Because what tends to happen is, the ones that, like she said, that signs the IBA the easiest are the ones that flake out the quickest. Because they never put any thought in it. Not that, a person, can't know quickly that they want to do this, but for the most part, you need to be asking questions. What kind of questions? Well, let me tell you. You want to know, what type of goals and dreams do they have, and if they have any. Because if a person tell you straight up, I don't know, I never thought about it. Question, they're going to flake out really, really fast. Number 2, you want to know who are their closest friends. What are their closest friends doing? Because I tell you what, whatever their 5 closest friends are doing, that's another key indicator. They're just the 5th friend in that bunch, equaling whatever it is that they're all doing. All right? You want to know from this person, do they read any books? You do a full, thorough interview because that's going to let you know if this person is really fit for your type of hierarchy that you want to manufacture in whatever time frame that you've set yourself up to make 6 figures, 7 figures, whatever the figure is you want to make. You've got to build a team. You will not be able to do this business and do it in a big way without building a large hierarchy team of people that are not just, IBA numbers, a recruit. You're recruiting people that are coded. These people should not be afraid to want to give you a list of people to help them reach where they want to be and then showing up to do it. Indicator number 1, you have a recruit that is that says that they want to, take you on some appointments and they don't show up. That's an indicator number 1. You don't want to waste your time. Especially they haven't even called you to give you a legitimate reason why they didn't show up. I mean a real legitimate reason, like they were literally in the hospital, okay? Or they may have a child or a mother that was literally in the hospital and they're willing to say, here's the doctor's proof. You treat this if you were a vice president or a regional manager in a major corporation, because this is a major corporation. It's Primerica. We're known in all 50 states. Go out there and build yourself a big and wide hierarchy. Get it done. God bless you all.
All right. Thank you, Yvette. So listen, again, let's go out there and build ourselves a large hierarchy. We have tomorrow. Let's hit the ground running and finish out this week strong. And I will look forward to seeing all of you on Saturday morning, 10 o'clock in Cooper City. Once again, I will send you to the website right here after this so you can leave your comments and also just check out the new setup. All right, everybody have a great evening.